so energetic and sharp and quick-witted and smart. They just seem to have every, they don't just talk in normal conversational English. It's almost like, a very in-depth analysis or lecture that you're receiving whenever they say just the simplest things. So I always wondered about her, and Shay West confirmed that she was an agent. She more or less interrogated me, asked me a lot of questions that make sense now after all I've been through. But at the time, I didn't know what the heck she was talking about, why she was asking me these bizarre questions. She must have known that I was about to film a bunch of UFOs and cause uproar. But they, a lot of this surveillance seems to have slowed down, right, at this point, at least for me. Although here and there, I will, at the far end of the bridge was a black helicopter that had lowered down to where it was just barely. I was in a really little sports car that was really low to the ground, and as low as this was, I was in a what was it? A Talon, Eagle Talon. Yeah, I couldn't think of Eagle Talon. And I was really low, and the helicopter came down to where it was just above the car. I mean, I thought I was going to hit it. I thought the bottom, the runners on the helicopter were going to hit me. And it almost blew me off the road anyway. Just the wind. From it. Although it was a real silent helicopter, it was one of the typical black helicopters, which I've sighted in my backyard, and people who listen to the program know all these stories already. But basically, as soon as I passed under that helicopter and passed by what used to be the courthouse, a car pulled in front of me, an old BMW, and it had a license plate, NSA-1. It was a license plate, so that was kind of like, I felt like it was a message, like, just letting me know that I was under surveillance, or letting me know that his brother was watching.
Well, I know that both my cell phones, I've got two only because I'm getting ready to, shut one off from the stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
And with all of, the business relation and everything else, it's easier to do that than whatever. Right. So, and the cell service only on 4, but I know both of them are being constantly monitored.
Yeah.
And I've got some new stuff that I should have in the next couple days that'll not only eliminate GPS tracking on there, but it'll also just put out white noise anytime I make a call. Because I'm constantly under surveillance, and like I said, Chris and his super geeks, as he called them, had checked. He said, "Man, I am under so much surveillance." Since I told this to my wife, she gets in bed the other day. I thought it was because she was cold. She had a sweater and everything else on. She gets in, climbs under the cover, takes all that stuff. She won't get out underneath the covers unless she's got clothes on now. So she's constantly thinking they're watching her skin or whatever, and she's probably right.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you ain't seeing it now. No big deal.
So have